What's up?
How you doing, Paul?
I'm doing great, man. Tuesday night. How we doing?
Missing out on the PGA tournament
Yeah.
for this shit, huh?
It is what it is, man.
Hey, the golf will be there. Golf
Yeah.
will comedy, though. That's the big question. That's what it's on everybody's minds now that COVID has struck and is striking. But, hey, there's good news out there. Comedy is still happening. You excited for that, Paul?
Of course, man. Who wouldn't be, huh?
What is happening?
What? Comedy is still around, y'all. It ain't going nowhere.
Comedy ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
We'd know. We've been out here, seen the streets, seen what you guys been posting on Facebook and other social media accounts. Some crazy shit, but hey, there's some good shit too. We won't talk about the crazy shit. We'll talk about
talk about.
We'll talk about the good
Yeah,
shit.
please.
But we got a lot to talk about today. Club stuff. We've got some people making some social media content to highlight. We've got some alumni doing some awesome things on national television. We've got a lot's going on, man. It's I know at least for Chicago comedies, this is our first show after the election, or is it is election over? That's a big thing. But
It's gotta be. Did you see Biden's speech? It's over after that, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. But hey,
I wish it were so.
He nailed that victory speech. I just gotta say, charismatic.
It was the first time we've heard anyone be presidential in 4 years.
yeah,
It was great.
it was refreshing.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, I think a lot of us feel like there's this weight lifted off. But hey, who knows? We still got 70 some days of this current administration left, at least. So we'll see what happens. But hey, stay strong out there. And Chicago's a really blue liberal city. Hey, if your guy didn't win, tough titty, man.
Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, nothing you could do about it.
Absolutely nothing you can do about it. Your vote doesn't count. I'm just kidding around. You got one vote.
Yeah, and think of some more chants that are 1 and 3 words long. You fucking idiots! Count the votes. Stop the count. Come on. All right,
man. This election was crazy how close it was. So every vote really did count. I was just making a joke.
It did. It did. And now everybody in Chicago comedy can go back to being like, he's not progressive enough for me. But I mean, that's true.
God.
But also,
Can we not do that ever again?
Did you guys see Eminem's video?
I like doing it just to bother James.
All right.
Thank you. Well, what happened in Eminem's video?
His diss of Trump, that was so great. No?
Wasn't that years ago?
Yeah, that was
it was like years ago, but
Yes.
like no more of that. You know? Like,
I made a new one. Oh my god.
I love you brought something that happened like 3 years ago, Paul.
I just watched it for the first time the other day.
There you
I
go.
was kidding around. Yeah.
It didn't happen if Paul didn't see it yet.
Oh.
I've never seen a single Star Wars movie. That's a fact about me.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, whatever. Enough about me. More about the comedy news.
No, I kind of want to
All
explore
right.
that a little bit.
What?
Wait,
Okay.
What was your childhood like?
We'll circle back to it.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of time
Okay.
to get to Paul's, inner demons and skeletons. So we'll get there.
Never got into it, man.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey man.
All right, man.
But anyways, moving on to talking about the clubs here. We do have a show to do.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about the clubs. Club news. As you guys know, restrictions are in place, so indoor comedy is more or less not happening right now. Zanies, unfortunately, closed, but you guys can go support them. They have a Shopify. We have it pulled up here. Support the Zanies and buy some merchandise because that's what's going to keep the doors open when they come back. So they have a Support Chicago comedy shirt. It's go ahead and give that a buy, man. I mean, I think they got some other items there on their shop, some sweatshirts.
That was really cool.
They got XL?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding around.
They-
I know, they
Oh,
got
yeah,
double
I hope
XL.
so.
Hell yeah.
There we go.
Got your XL. Come on now. This is America. They got
You get it in black.
there you go.
That's a nice shirt.
Light
man.
steel.
Mm.
As opposed to Ken steel.
Nice
I guess.
crew neck. Yeah.
Look at that. These are great.
You a
Yeah.
fan of the crew neck or the hoodie?
Get yourself a tote bag.
Hoodie.
You
Get
got
yourself
a hoodie guy?
an infant rip snap tee. There you go.
There's a baby thing.
There you go. break your infant's confidence early.
Dude, that shit sells, man. My sister just had a baby. She's got like 5 of those.
There you
things.
go,
Yeah.
Paul's sister.
I might send one of those to her, you know?
There you go. All right.
To my nephew.
It's an excellent Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Black Friday's on the way. I'm sure they might have a sale.
Well,
or
you
two.
can buy it right now, Paul. What's your
It's a damn
card
good
information?
price, too, man. What? Yeah, let me pull out my wallet. We'll get one on the way.
All right.
Next day air.
But hey, on the real, yeah, support
Let's get it.
Zanies. They're our local comedy club. Laugh Factory is based out of L.A. and Comedy Bar's got a lot of different locations. But hey, Zanies is homegrown, so support Zanies. Buy some stuff from them. Go to their Shopify website and support the club. And moving on, next we have Laugh Factory. So Laugh Factory has some interesting news here. They are looking for content producers, producers of if you have a live show idea that they can do when they come back live. They basically have a submission form. You can find it on looks like Curtis Shaw Flag's Facebook. Also, he posted it in all the Chicago comedy groups on Facebook as well. So there's basically a Google Doc. You can fill out all your information about your idea. If you're serious about the idea, take a minute and actually do some research about how to make it feasible. It's a business first and foremost, so think about how you're going to get people in the club, how you're going to what makes people want to come back, essentially. So if you got an idea, they're open to ideas, and that's honestly one of the best ways to get into the Laugh Factory as a new or a comic who's not currently getting booked there, is pitch a show, and then you can actually run the show and book yourself and book comics that you want to see there. I've run a show there myself before, so it works. Come up with your idea. It's just my OnlyFans page on the projector.
I'm submitting.
Don't hit that button. Don't hit that button.
There you go. Well,
No, man.
and now James is blacklisted.
He just did that as me. He just submitted it. I can't even read the font. It's so small.
I wasn't.
Whatever.
But hey, on the real, yeah, I think you have until. I think you have until November 13th. Yeah, Friday, November 13th. Friday the 13th. So until that is the deadline to get your submissions in. Also, they're looking for social media content to promote as well. So they're open to opportunities for creators looking to elevate visibility of their ideas on their platform and keep their content fresh and continuing. So if you've got a sketch series, you've got some kind of web series or something
Maybe a
that you do.
podcast.
Or podcast.
Maybe a place that's open to record in will help you do a podcast that you can submit to Laugh Factory.
Interesting.
I don't know. Maybe you should hit somebody up.
Somebody.
Find a studio somewhere.
Well, you know who that was.
I don't know.
Oh.
We'll figure it out.
Well, James Webb, I think he knows somebody. So hit up James Webb, and I think he could punch you in the right direction. Perhaps People of Comedy Studios. Or People of Comedy Network.
Thank you.
People of Comedy.
PCN, baby. I love that logo at the bottom of the screen, too, man.
Thanks,
It's
man.
legit, dude.
Thanks,
Hey,
dude.
you hear us right now? This is live.
Your timing is impeccable.
What?
Paul Miller.
This is all I look forward to the whole week, man. It's
Hell
just
yeah.
Me too.
Going
This is
down
what
to the
he's got
studio,
going
dude.
on, man. Coming down to the lab.
Catching up on my news. Let's get around, dude. This is cool though, man. They got till Friday. You can submit a show idea, for somebody's gonna review it, and it could turn into something. If you have an idea, go on the page and submit,
go.
man. It
There
takes
you go.
5 minutes, but more planning. But yeah, not 5 minutes. All right.
Yeah. Do your homework, do your
Yeah.
research.
Sorry,
if you
dude.
come up with a decent idea for a show and actually plan it out, actually do the work beforehand to make sure that it's something that's feasible, they'll give you the time of day. Like I said, I've had a show there. I've pitched an idea for a show. It got Curtis signed off on it, and we had a show there. So, if you have an idea, send it out there. At the very least, they'll just say no, and then you're back just not doing comedy like you were.
What more you got to lose right now?
Exactly.
Back from square one. You get denied. What's the name? Denzel Washington said something like that. he tried audition after audition, and he kept trying.
Sure.
You know, who knows?
Hey,
Who knows?
28 literary agents passed on Harry Potter before one just said yes.
Yeah.
So they're all dead now.
Yeah. Never give up. Never give up, y'all. All right. Never give up on your dreams.
Okay, next club we have is a comedy bar. I think our friend So Rob was there the other night. They were doing an outdoor show. I think they were on the patio. They're on the rooftop.
Yes.
Okay, so oops, that page can't be found.
Come on, guys.
It is out of season. I think today was like one of the last warm days, but it's been weird.
Yeah.
So
There was like a tornado in like Evanston or something today,
Yeah.
right?
What?
Something
like
crazy?
that. But
I can see it.
any case, yeah. So weather permitting, it looks like they're trying to do shows whenever they can. So hopefully we can get some of these in here. We got Kenny DeForest.
That would be sick. If
Oh,
go see
yeah.
Kenny DeForest if they're still doing this weekend. Please
Yeah.
go see Kenny.
Yeah. So and So Rob's back there again, November 20th. So if you missed him yesterday or last night, he'll be back. So, yeah, comedy bar. Check them out. Remember it's at their new location off of Superior Street. So
162.
162 East Superior Street. Okay, so comedy bar still doing it while they can before it gets too cold to do anything anymore. Anyways, that's our club news. We are going to move on to one of our favorite segments here. I think, Paul, this is one of your favorite segments, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, motherfuckers on the rise.
Motherfuckers on the rise.
On the rise.
And our motherfucker this week is
Motherfucker
one
on
and
the rise.
only
Sorry.
Dwayne Murphy Jr.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about you, Dwayne. Dude's out here all summer. You two, James, you and him spent a summer together
We're best friends.
racial reconciliation.
Yeah, I feel like I represented the whites pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, kept your mouth shut.
We're making I did not talk unless spoken to, and I feel like we made some headway. So you're welcome, white people.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for you.
So Dwayne not only is a terrific comic, he was out at as many protests as he could get to this summer with James, just detailing what was happening. So a lot of good. He's doing a lot of good in the community.
Damn right, but we got to the damn line, y'all.
This is the day we tried to shut the damn
We
man
got to
down.
the damn line.
That guy is out of his mind. The
That
picture.
footage.
The rabbi.
Yeah, some of the footage you guys got is great, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I mean, and he's also got a podcast called "That's How I Feel" on the People Comedy Network as well. I think we got a clip from a recent episode here.
You can't. What the fuck, dude? Like, you really gonna stand out there and say that we're the ones faking shit?
I mean, come on now.
Your
Y'all the
people are pulling up with
Thank
fake
you.
votes.
Fake
dude.
and then talking about how they still gonna pull up on cities like and they gonna do something.
Yeah,
And just go-
come-
these motherfuckers said they was
Please
gonna
come
run.
to Chicago.
Ooh wee, come on through, baby. Go. They said they wanted to go to Philly.
Yeah.
that wouldn't bother me. If you have videos of when Philly won the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
all right.
Just throw batteries at people.
That's when they won, all right? That was when they was in a good mood. Bring that smoke to Philly and see what happens, bro. They don't.
Yeah, so watch, follow Dwayne on Instagram. Check out his podcasts. I know, he's trying to get out here, and he made some great points on his podcast about people recognizing talent and wanting to get up. So book Dwayne Murphy Jr.
He just did a show this week in McHenry. He
There you
opened
go.
for Kevin Farley.
Oh yeah,
Right
shit.
on.
Crushed it.
All right.
Yeah, Dwayne's out there moving and shaking every goddamn day. So don't let anyone tell you in this town that there's nothing to do. Dwayne Murphy Jr. definitely finds a way to do it. So
There you go.
and yeah, his show is every single Monday on this very network at 5 p.m.
There you go. 5 p.m. Mondays. Check out That's How I Feel by Dwayne Murphy Jr. Paul, thoughts?
On the rise.
On the
Nah, just
rise.
kidding around, dude. Dwayne's a killer, man. Consistently funny, dude. Guy you can rely on. Working out here. That's why we want to recognize him.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hats off to you, Dwayne. Okay. Moving on here. Want to talk a little bit about our alumni from the Chicago comedy scene. Josh Johnson. I know he was supposed to record a special at the Laugh Factory, but unfortunately that got sidelined by COVID. But he was on the Tonight Show last night, and they have a clip of him performing. We can't play the audio because we'll get taken down, but
What? Hey.
yeah, unfortunately that's
I don't wanna cut you
YouTube
off, man. Sorry,
YouTube
dude.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, I I unfortunately, I don't think I ever saw him while he was in the city, but I saw a lot of his stuff on YouTube, and he is so just fucking funny. His writing is so goddamn good. And Paul, you were telling us a story about how you saw him once.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, man, 2013, I was 24. No, 2014, summer, I went to the Laugh Factory to see the open mic, and I saw a dude in a hoodie doing some bits, and then he went on, Tonight Show?
No, he writes for the Daily Show.
He writes for
too.
the freaking
He
Daily
opens
Show,
for
dude.
Trevor Noah.
Yeah.
He's Trevor Noah's opener now.
I went there just to watch the open mic because I was going to sign up and then check it out. And Josh Johnson was doing the damn open mic, you know? It's been 5 years, 6 years?
Yeah.
And now dude's a national headline.
There were stories about him because he used to produce a couple shows back when remember when there were 100 million showcases every single day.
Yeah.
There was one, I can't remember what it was called, but it was by Irish Eyes, and there were stories of him. He would do 4 or 5 spots a night, and he would sleep for 10 minutes in the Ubers on the way to his other spots because he was just constantly working.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is where that gets you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Work as hard as you can, and you're on TV doing stand up when stand up's not allowed. That's how good Josh Johnson is.
For real.
Because he works so hard.
For real. Doing I remember seeing him at the Blarney Stone, this stupid
Yeah.
bar in Wrigleyville, 5 comics there, and he's doing a 5-minute bit about textbooks or something. And it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But that kind of shit, man. Shows hard work pays off.
Yeah.
And talent too.
It's really interesting, honestly, just being here and seeing the people who go on that you were hanging out, just kicking it with a year or two ago, and now you see him on television, you see him in movies, and you're like, holy shit, that's the dude that was just we were just on the same open mic together 2 or 3 years ago, and now look at him.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see people move on or just come up essentially, and from here and then go on to do great things.
Yeah,
So.
he's been on Netflix too. You can see
Yeah.
his stuff on Netflix, dude. Live television. If you tune into channel, what is it, channel 5? Channel 7?
Yeah.
At 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. Got a 5-minute set for your grandma and parents at home. The working class trying to catch a little
There
comedy.
you go. I love that cover.
I keep looking at that screen.
I
I'm
love
sorry,
that
dude.
cover.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah, dude, Jimmy Fallon, man, come on now.
I believe that isn't the Josh Johnson show his podcast with Logan Nielsen too?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh,
Shout out Logan Nielsen.
Yeah, I haven't heard it, so fortunately, but hey, yeah, check out Josh Johnson. He's on the Tonight Show. That video was posted up literally yesterday, so give it a look. And then in terms of some comics who are still in Chicago putting some stuff up on the web, we wanted to highlight here local sketch series. Chris Higgins makes a series called God and Angel. Let's check it out.
All right, sir. We got good news or bad news. Depends on the way you want to look at it. But we're up to our nipples and nipples.
Go on.
So yeah, we ordered. It says here we ordered 5 million nipples.
Yep.
Sent us 10 million nipples.
Can we return 5 million nipples?
No returns. It's a nipple court policy.
I know about their policy. All right, just put nipples on men too, I guess.
nipples on men. But sorry, men don't breastfeed.
Well, fuck it. Do you want 4 nipples on women?
Do not want 4 nipples on women. Good call. Need a lighter for that, sir?
That'd be great.
Yeah, here. Let me just spark it up.
You want another one? Or you want?
yeah, keep them
All right,
going.
let's
man.
see.
Huh?
So hold on, we have a
one.
few to pick from. What do we want? Do we want octopus?
Let's do alcohol.
Alcohol.
So, you sure you want to try that before we're finished?
I'm not sure I want to try. Yeah, you don't tell me how to do my job, okay? And I won't tell you how to do yours.
Sir, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay? Are we okay? Why are we even here? If we're gonna be honest about the questions.
Why are we here?
Yeah.
You created us. You created everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm your dad.
You're my dad.
I'm everybody's daddy. If you think about it. I'm your dad. You want some? It's pretty good. I'm gonna call it alcohol.
I don't know, sir.
Fucking nerd.
Nice. Yeah, so check out his series. I think there was a YouTube link up there. Yeah.
God_N_Angel on Instagram, or you can go to youtube.com/God.
God and ampersand angel.
Just God Angel.
Yeah. So he's got a couple videos up there. It looks like it's pretty recent. The last one was up 6 days ago. So he's still making these. So good to see like people in Chicago are still making content and still trying to be funny. Because not a lot of opportunities to do live comedy right now. But
Yeah.
hey, flex your muscles. Do something.
awesome,
do something more creative. I mean, that's what it comes down to is just find a way to stay doing shit. Keep trying to do new things and keep trying to work at new things. So that's really important. So, Paul, thoughts?
No, that's a great example. Spinning image, a guy who also is working out here, putting in what he can, and it's freaking hilarious. I mean, I really hope that catches fire, man.
It seems like it has. I mean,
Yeah.
they went from. I mean,
Yeah.
I found out about them maybe like 3 weeks ago, and they had 2,000 followers. They're at 6,000 followers on
Dang.
Instagram now. Like,
Dang, dude.
it's taken off, and it is well deserved,
tripled
man.
it.
It's super funny.
Who's Angel? That goes. funny, too.
That's his brother. I think.
Oh, really,
Yeah.
dude?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Chris got the good genes.
Yeah, for real, dude.
No hate on your brother, man, but you got to be honest. You got the good genes, dude. Oh man. And then also a little self plug here. I wrapped up this weekend my Breaking Into Business show podcast, and essentially, if you haven't heard of it, it's a podcast where I talk about the business side of comedy. I interview different people. I mean, we cover everything from how to produce a comedy show to what it takes to run a club, what it takes to run a festival, what it takes to do comedy touring in Asia, even. So, I mean, if you've had a question about doing stand-up comedy in terms of like the business side of how do I get booked here, how do I do this thing or that thing, I've got an episode that talks about it. It's about 25-ish episodes. The last one will be coming out tomorrow, so that's basically kind of like a recap of some of our best takeaways. But give it a listen, and then if you like the episode tomorrow, give some of these other episodes a listen, because I think there's a lot of good information in there. I learned a lot. I know James also was there for every episode. He learned a lot as well.
It's a tremendous resource. I mean, this, it really can't be stated enough how important the show is. Like, it really is important. There are, like you said, so many questions that I didn't even think like existed, like things I didn't even know I wanted to know that were answered by this. And I'm not even a comic. I'm just a producer. Every comedian in town and abroad, elsewhere, anywhere should definitely give this a listen. There's nothing in here that I think someone knows all of.
Yeah.
There's always something to learn from this show, and it's again very well done, well put together, and super informative and very important. And I'm sad to see it go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still there.
It will be there forever. This is
Yes.
it's a library for stand up comedy. That's
There
what
you
this
go.
is.
There you go. So check it out. Give it a listen.
This is your Usher Bonaparte.
Yeah. Even episodes you might not. What's that for? There you go. He's heard. Hey, he's listened to a couple episodes.
Dude, you sound like a podcaster, man. Like,
Hey, thank you, man. I've been trying. I try. I wake up in the morning and I just like, how do I hate the sound of my voice some days. Do you ever hate the sound of your voice?
every damn day of my life, man. I have a twin brother with the same voice. Can't stand that guy. No, I'm just kidding. I've listened to a couple of these episodes, John.
Yeah.
And I love it, man.
Good.
I mean,
Good.
the networking one was really helpful. Like, just like understanding from people outside of just comedians, like
Oh yeah.
people in the business.
Yeah, there's some good information here. Even if
Yeah.
like you don't want to be a comic, there's some good information just in terms of like just basic business regimen, just
Yeah.
basic how to be a professional stuff, and how to strike out on your own and take under your own endeavor. So there's information on that stuff. There's information on like social media presence. There's information on building and selling merch. So a lot of good stuff on there. I'm not just trying to toot my own horn. There's a lot of people I spoke to on this podcast who are terrific comics, terrific sources of information. So if you hate me, at least listen to them because they have a lot of good information.
Who hates you?
I don't know. Maybe we'll do that podcast someday.
No, not enough people actually hate you.
That's
John.
true. Give it time.
Okay.
I haven't.
That's fair.
I'll give me some time to piss off some people.
Yeah.
2021's new
I'll
year.
be a guest on that show before you will, I promise.
I don't think anybody in this room will be ever. Man.
You'd be
No.
surprised, Paul.
What? All right.
Hey, you said yourself. You got a twin brother. I mean, he looks exactly like you. He could start some shit.
We got banned from some houses when we were kids. Those Miller boys. I don't want those twins coming around, all right?
Got banned from some houses.
Yeah. Bad language.
Ooh.
Poorly dressed.
Poorly dressed.
Overweight.
You get your fat, poorly dressed kids
Bad
out of here.
teeth. No, I'm just messing around. But no, back on track here. All right. That's a great podcast, man.
Thank you, Paul.
And nobody hates. Who would hate John McCone?
Nobody.
Come
Zero
on.
people.
But I'm just joking around. Everybody's got a little anxiety about that.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody.
We
man.
all do. That's all right. But hey,
Yeah,
that's I mean, that's pretty much it. But I think for the general news, anything else going on, Paul? Anything going on in your life?
Oh man, not a lot. I work a day job, and I'm really dedicated to that. And outside of that, I need to start doing things like comedy related more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Other than this podcast, I don't know. But
you're doing something, man. You're out here. You're getting your timing down. It's still
I'm
there.
I'm writing out more of like my material that I got a solid 10. I think I got a solid 10 minutes, but like I want to make
Oh,
sure
you got more
it's
than
like
10.
I mean just like a solid, like it works.
That's what I like
but-
about this fucking dude. He goes on CYSK and then he's like, "I've got a solid 10 minutes."
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me, Paul?
Yeah, even that though, like sometimes there's always room for improvement.
Bro, the
and
amount, the
you got-
the humility I hear coming out of your mouth right now, and just compared to the absolute fucking bonkers, like egos of some comics who are like, "I've got an hour." I'm like, "You don't have a fucking hour."
Yeah.
And you're like, "I've got a solid 10."
Well, some of it could just be kind of chaotic if it's not structured, like it's not consistent. Like,
Yeah.
when I say solid 10, I mean like, do you ever have a bit where like you're doing it and you realize after the set that you missed a punchline or something?
all the time.
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to tighten everything up and write, like get my bass down, and then I'm thinking of new stuff. That's why I'm doing comedy related. You asked me like, what am I doing?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
of course.
I work a day job and I'm just doing that a little bit, and then I gotta
I tell you what, though.
get after other stuff.
I'm trying to write now. I'm trying to write some jokes, and then I went and did a show, and I've got like one good new joke this whole year.
Yeah.
one I feel really confident in, and everything else is just like it gets either a mixed response or nothing. I had one I
Yeah.
felt so good about. It got nothing. I did a show and it got nothing. I was like, God damn it, man! Just that feeling, that defeated feeling when you hit that first punchline and it just stare at you.
Yeah,
And you're like,
man.
the fuck.
You gotta work it out at the. That's why I missed the open mics, dude. Because
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm telling you, man. That's how stuff spawns, bro. Like,
Hey,
well,
we've got to discuss.
Yeah, man.
We've got to discuss now some
Yeah,
comedy.
I'm down to discuss. I've been preparing for this all week,
Oh,
man. Yeah,
Paul's ready.
this is my favorite segment of the show because it's.
You
our
have a
time
different
to-
favorite segment of the show every
No,
week.
no. Wait, what was it last week?
It was Motherfucker on the Rise last week.
Ah, man. What was the other segment? We had a segment idea. Whatever, man.
It was gonna be like people calling in or commenting. Are people commenting or anything?
No, they're watching though. We have viewers.
All right, nice.
Heck
nice.
yeah, we do.
So
How we doing, viewers? All right, I'm just kidding around. They can't talk.
like, Paul, get back to golf. God damn it.
Yeah. Low key, guys, I was playing PGA before I came here, and then had to shut that shit down, man.
Guilt
I'm
trip,
just
Paul.
kidding around, dude. Let's get back on track. This is Inside
Yeah.
Point Counterpoint, man.
Point
Who am I?
Counterpoint.
Yeah.
Today's topic for Point Counterpoint.
Yeah.
Alt comedy.
Alt comedy.
Ooh. Some people's ears just
What's
perked
the
up.
what's the counterpoint to that?
Well, it's not so much a point counterpoint to alt comedy. It's more so alt comedy or conventional comedy. I mean, more so on the idea of alt comedy, pro or against.
Pro or against? And John?
Against.
John is against. I'm pro alt comedy. Today we're gonna point counterpoint this shit. We're gonna point counterpoint.
Paul,
the
you've
heck
done
out of
you've
this.
done quite a bit of
Okay.
research. So how about you go first, buddy?
I just gotta say this, all right? If you're not aware of this topic, y'all, okay? It's highly debated in the comedy community. Some people outside, some of you outsiders, some of you audience members don't know as much. I'll give you that. That's fair.
We should start off.
But-
No, we should for that to that end. We should
Right.
define alt comedy for those who don't know.
Good idea. Good idea. Yeah.
Alt comedy. Oh wait, alternative. Let's see. Wikipedia says blah, 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 makes a style of comedy that makes a conscious break with the mainstream comedic style of an era.
Mm-hmm.
So
There you go.
yeah, kind of. Patton Oswalt has defined it as comedy where the audience has no preset expectations about the crowd and vice versa. In comedy clubs, there tends to be a certain vibe. Alternative comedy explores different types of material. So, kind of like that, in as many words, essentially. So, Paul, take it away.
All right. Well, here's what I gotta say. So the counterpoint is what? Structured comedy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alternative. You got alternative, and you got classic, or what is it? Standard.
I'd say
maybe
conventional.
conventional, traditional stand-up comedy, like you see, set up punch, set up a punch, Rodney Dangerfield, man, hey, how you doing, like, boom, boom, like that kind of stuff. But that's old school stuff. But anyway, my pro point for alt comedy, I'm pro alt comedy right now, and I'm telling you this, folks. You gotta be original, all right? If you're gonna do standardized comedy, it's almost like you're trying to be somebody who you're not. You gotta be original, all right? You gotta have the structure, like you're at a comedic show. The audience is expecting something. You can't be ridiculous, but you should still try to find your own voice. And if something's not something that a real like structured way of comedy is, go for it. If it's funny, it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll find out if it's not funny, all right? And alternative, don't talk out of your butthole or something like that. I don't know. It's
Hey,
like
you just
whatever.
perfectly
All
described
right,
alt comedy.
that's all right. I probably don't even know what it is, but
But
I
we were
gotta say-
saying before this.
Ah!
I was saying before this, Paul, that I think you actually are an alt comic.
All right, man.
Not in the terms of I'm not trying to hate on you, but I'm saying like you subvert the expectations of what a traditional conventional stand-up comic is, which you like you said, set up punch. But
No.
you do something different. So you kind of have this speech pattern that if you haven't heard Paul,
Yeah.
you have a particular speech pattern in which you how you tell a story or how you tell a joke that nobody else does. And so that is original, that is different. But I will say for every alt comedy, it's one of those things where if it's not great, it's like I hate it. I just can't watch mediocre alt comedy. I can watch mediocre conventional comedy and like, that's whatever. But like mediocre alt comedy is fucking painful.
Oh yeah, dude. Like some person just I'm not gonna defend you. If you're a mediocre alt comic, get the hell off stage, dude. I'm talking good alt comedy. Like, what the heck is this person doing? This is funny, Not like, like I saw some guy just screaming one day, dude.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
All right, whatever, man. It's like, come on now.
But here,
all right.
But to that end, okay. To that end, to good alt comedy, you have your Dimitri Martins and guys like that who are alt comics. To that end of alt comedy, a good alt comedy, I would say, I don't want to sit through an hour of alt comedy. I would like alt comedy in the middle of like conventional comedy. Break it up. So it's like, hey, here's some jokes, and here's something weird that kind of like keep you on your toes a little bit. But it gets fucking stale. Even like that shit gets stale to me after a while when you're just like pulling out props and smacking yourself over the head with them. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What is even happening right now?
It's like some circus stuff, man.
Yeah.
But hey, counterpoint on your point, because
Yeah.
I'm defending all. You're saying you'd rather listen to an hour of bland, structured material.
No,
Dude,
I say
shoot
an
me or this
an
man,
hour
man. I'm
of
telling you.
good conventional comedy versus an hour of good
Okay,
alt comedy.
But I want to elaborate on something. Like, I wouldn't even appreciate like bad structured comedy. Like, it's just boring, man. I mean, it's all crap, dude. let's just talk about good,
That's
funny
true.
stuff. No, it's messing around. But hey, I do got to say this. Maybe you do something different. Yeah. Maybe it gets you a lot further than somebody that was successful with structured stuff. Like, maybe you're working on some weird delivery that's alternative and it works. People might appreciate that more. I know I certainly would.
To that end.
If it works, it works.
And I will say this about alt comedy, as I think every style of comedy at some point was alt. Even including the conventional style today, the just standing up there and kind of delivering your jokes and telling a story or your personal experience about things, that was considered alt at one point. It was like, what? This guy's not just telling. So two guys walk into a store one day, he's actually telling shit that like happened in his or her life, and that was like, holy shit, what is like? This is totally different. So at some point, that was alt. What we're doing, what like a lot of conventional comics now are doing, was considered alt until it became like the mainstream thing that most people are doing.
That's it, man. You just lit a light bulb in my head, man. Like the whole talking about yourself. Mm-hmm. It's just so. And I see people like, pause and they just say I all the time. I. Like, like a lot of it's got to be about yourself because people are coming to see you. They want to know more about you. You're the performer. But, like you said, it's okay to be alternative and mix it up. Like, do a funny story. Like, paint a weird scene in somebody's head,
Ultimately, I'm saying be funny. Yeah. Be funny get the fucking joke down first, because I see so many people try to be alt, and they just do weird shit for the sake of doing weird shit, and it's like, what was your point? Like, what were you even trying to say there? Like, and I'm just saying there has to be some sort of punchline. Even Gallagher had fucking punchlines to smashing fruit. He didn't just was a guy just smash fruit. He had jokes around the fruit smashing.
Smashing watermelons. Dude, that could get some laughs. It's called shock comedy. You ever heard of shock comedy? Yeah. No? Goes great at the late breakfast, I'll tell you that much. That's a show in Chicago. I mean, I wish that thing was still going on. That's like kind of alt comedy, isn't it?
Oh, that is like the home of alt comedies.
People love shows like that though, where it's like a weird game show almost. Mm-hmm. With like some guys eating a foot-long Polish sausage.
I go to late breakfast.
Telling jokes.
I go to late breakfast like most times it was happening. I always had a good time, enjoyed it, and it got you out of the idea of just doing the same old shit and made you have to think on your feet a little bit, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
So.
And that kind of stuff is funny, man. But hey, comedy's one of the hardest things to do. If it's not funny, it's not gonna work, structured or alt. Just keep working at it, and nothing wrong with being different.
Yeah. Or, do improv.
Embrace your differences. And if you're out there thinking about doing something that other comics won't appreciate, don't worry about it, because...
Yeah. At the end of the day, what we're trying to say is fuck us, all right? Do what you think is going to be funny, and be original in it. Just do what you want to do. Don't take advice from anybody else. Do your thing. Do your thing, but do it well. Just... fucking work at it, do it well, and then because no one does the same. No one made it by doing the same thing everybody else did. Yeah, you got to find out your own path and strike out on your own.
Yeah, there aren't two Eddie Murphys.
Exactly, and they wouldn't come up the same exact way. You get the same exact opportunities. So just be cognizant of that shit. Don't look at what everybody else. Don't look at what learn and do learn the lessons, but don't try to have the exact same pathway as somebody else. Otherwise, you're just gonna be frustrated at the end of the day. So, but man,
It's fun stuff, man. Huh? You know? It's pretty cool, dude. I just had a moment of clarity, like the whole idea of it, man. It's like,
yeah, dude.
You're just trying to.
You should read the history of comedy.
I really should touch up on.
There's
the
a
history,
book
man.
called I think it's called I don't think it's actually called The History of Comedy, but I read that and it literally goes from like all the way from like vaudeville, black and white movies and Charlie Chaplin and all that shit. Yeah, the comedians. That first one there. Drunks, Thieves, Scoundrels, and the History of American Comedy. It goes all the way back from, like I said, vaudeville days, like the 20s and I think like the just early 20th century, all the way through today. So it's a really great, interesting look at how stand-up comedy evolved over a century. So, like I said, all the slapstick shit all the way up until like Louis C.K. and people just telling stories about life on stage and being like existential as shit. So like I said, I read it. It's on Amazon. Check that out.
Man, Louis C.K. He's almost like a spitting image of like what stand-up comedy like is, dude. Like that, like structured stand-up comedy. That guy's a genius, dude. His shit's so funny, man.
Yeah.
He's a great comic.
Yeah, and then look at George
is a great
Carlin.
comic.
George Carlin's trying to get Clapter in his old times, but that dude had some funny. He'd almost had if he did some of his stuff like back in the day. It'd almost be alternative if he went on stage today, like some of his weird stuff that he used to do.
Oh yeah. I mean, what he was doing at the time was considered.
Dude, yeah.
Weird, so
like that bit about like. Gotta get more stuff. Everybody has more stuff. Like that's what everybody's trying to do in life. Is they're trying to find a place for their stuff. You seen that bit, dude?
Did you also just watch this like last week?
No, I just love that bit.
Okay. All right.
But do you have any bits like that? Do you like just know like like the funniest stuff, man? All right.
No, in what sense?
Just like that's actually the first time I ever saw stand-up comedy was George Carlin. So like he had this joke about guys' names like Tucker and Todd. It's just so freaking weird, man. It's like, and there's Kyle. Kyle's always a freaking pussy. Like, I don't know. He's just talking about guys' names. Like, I don't know. You gotta watch it, man.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, is it? You don't care? Or... dude. Yeah. Oh man, no!
God bless you, bro.
I love this. Has been one of my favorite counterpoints so far.
Yeah, dude.
Man.
I mean, we learned a lot. So I mean, and
just talking comedy, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like to just talk about this shit?
I love to, man.
Bro,
yeah.
I will do. Here's honest to God truth. I will watch a comedian's documentary about stand-up comedy before I watch their fucking special. I don't know what it is. I love watching comedy documentaries.
Yeah.
But I'm like, do I want to watch this person tell an hour of jokes on? An hour of jokes on stage. Not really. But hey, I saw them eat fucking drunk after a show in Omaha, Nebraska. Like,
yep. Yo, you know what was a cool one? I don't know if you've seen this. The one on Amazon about the JFL auditions.
It's
a good watch. I mean, it's
Rosebud
like,
Baker's in that one.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah. And that guy from LA who was like bonkers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you had to watch the series, but
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's on Amazon Prime. Like,
yeah,
that stuff is cool. Like, if you're a comedian, like just watching.
Yeah,
like,
just seeing how other people are doing it and what it's like for them. So it is very interesting seeing how that whole process. So, I always love good comedy documentary. But hey, that pretty much wraps up our show tonight. So everybody, thank you so much for listening. This has been another week of the Chicago Comedy Show, and keep checking back in next week. We'll do it again. And Paul, Chicago Comedy Show.
Chicago!
All
Chicago!
Right. We're out.
I love doing that. All right. See you guys.